Arsenal shall deliver. Arsenal delivered. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, I just come back from the stadium. It was a fantastic experience, thoroughly enjoyable to be out there watching the guys play. Do you know what I mean? Surreal to see it all in person. Do you know what I mean? End up winning the game 2-1. First half, not going to lie, was a bit dead. To see it all in person, dead, sideways, backwards, passing, all of that. Generally, really couldn't break them through. And we had opportunities, but we didn't take the score. I think we did eventually score the one goal through Mikel Merino. Listen, may have been obviously a bit of a huff and puff, higgle puff sort of goal, where obviously he's taken a deflection and it's gone in. But he's put it away. Am I going to say anything about him anymore? No. Generally, he did what it says on the tin, run sort of stuff. He scored the goal. That's what it is. Let's move forward. As I said, very surreal to see it all in person. But it still reminds me of seeing that in person makes me realise we do need a striker. But sideways, backwards in the first half, generally wasn't flying with me. Sitting amongst the Fulham fans, hearing them singing, the atmosphere there was electric. Big up to the Fulham fans because they really made a meal of it and made a real big go of it in terms of their fans and the atmosphere. The Emirates, the Arsenal side was a bit quiet. I'm not going to lie, library songs. And that's what they were singing literally in the Fulham stats. You know what I mean? Oh, we at a library. Do you know what I mean? And generally I thought to myself, we must be, because I don't hear nothing from the Arsenal fans. Until Mikel Merino scored, and that's when they started piping up. They had the drums drumming and everything was going on. Like they were on the set of Drummer Boy, you know what I mean? Cannon settings and all of that. But it's great to see that in person. But it's still a reminder that we just do this lackadaisical sideways, backwards football. Seeing it in person made me realise that this is something that's been coached into these guys by Mikel Arteta. We need to be more clinical on the front foot and be able to dominate and destroy teams. And we just don't seem to be doing that much. And that's the frustrating thing, seeing it in person as well. Because I want us to go for the jugular. After the first goal, I said, yeah, let's get at these guys. Until the second half, that's when I think we'll start to play a lot more better. You know what I mean? We end up getting the second goal through obviously coming on back from the bench. Bukayo Saka coming off the bench and getting himself a goal. Pretty much a tap in, was left unmarked in the box, and he got in and buried it with the little simple header into the empty net. Fulham had a chance as well. They should have scored. You know what I mean? I saw that. But they did eventually score one goal for themselves, but they should have scored two. They had a chance, and the guys missed an open goal. I can't remember who the player was. I think it was their striker. Excuse the background noise, but as I said, I'm gassed, so this isn't going to stop me. Just being in the stadium and seeing it live was exciting, and it was amazing. So I'm happy to see it all come together and all come to fruition, and us just do a job. Because as I said, first half was a bit dead. I was saying to my brethren, my friends in the crowd, I don't know if we're going to score, but we eventually did. I thought it was going to end the 0-0, and we eventually got the goal, and then we eventually moved on to win 2-1. But big up to the Fulham fans. As I said, I went incognito. I didn't want to obviously wear my Arsenal stuff on in case I got mugged or in case I got jumped, you know what I mean, in case I got attacked by the Fulham fans, especially in my own ends. It wouldn't have been good at all. But it was a lovely experience. Big up to Arsenal. Big up to my boy John for obviously providing me with the tickets. I'm very appreciative of that. Big him up again. And obviously it was a great, thoroughly good experience. My first Premier League experience, being there in the stadium and seeing. But I've been to Arsenal games before, seen the women's perform. I've seen obviously the under-21s. So I've been to the stadium before. I just haven't been to a Premier League, and that was my first. So big up to the guys for making it great for me. You know what I mean? Fantastic. And it was good to go there and get a win. Going there to the stadium and the first Premier League loss would have been mad. But when I saw it, I thought, I don't know if we're going to score, but we eventually did. The guys got, and it's good to see Bukayo Saka back, so big up to him. We have missed him. Hopefully he can be fit for the Real Madrid game, and we can see him flourish and go on and help us potentially, I say very small percentage, get our chance to go through. Small, very tiny. I still don't think we are, but hopefully we do see a difference there in him coming back. But obviously the guy we signed as well, the sporting director, you know what I mean, Berta, don't know too much about him, but I know he's at Atletico Madrid. Hopefully he can come as well and change our policy and make us get some good names and good players and bring them in the next window. But that's it from me. Till next one, I'm out, guys. And super gas being at that stadium. It was electric from the Fulham fans. Arsenal fans need to try harder.